everybody. Today I wanted to talk about enrolling in a LinkedIn course. It's something that I thought I would never have done. And it wasn't until I started content creation myself that I said, what platforms can I get on outside of my YouTube channel to be able to advertise my productivity, my career growth, and just my lifestyle tips that I want to be able to give to other people. And I decided to look outside of my technical Salesforce industry. And I'm really glad I did because Hamad had come up on my feed and he started talking about LinkedIn tips. And I thought to myself, you know what? I don't know really how LinkedIn works outside of understanding the platform of needing a job. I didn't really understand how to use LinkedIn. And I think a lot of people feel that way too. And it wasn't until Hamad told me that only 1% of people actually post and engage on LinkedIn. And I thought to myself, well, engaging is not a problem for me. I love putting my material out there. And I had started doing that. However, I didn't have a technique. I didn't have an idea of how I wanted to do things. I was just putting things out there and that was effective, but I really want my content to be seen and to help other people. I want them to be able to feel that they can take on these productivity tips that I'm sharing. If they want to be able to feel more comfortable getting out there and showing who they are, then this material that I'm creating needs to be able to reach them somehow. So what other better way than to have met Hamad? And I'm very grateful for the opportunity that he gave me and the teachings and the people that I met along this course. I'd love to be able to demonstrate what I have learned throughout the 4-week coaching session that we had. And right here, as you can see on my screen, this is the first week exactly a month ago that I signed up for Hamad's course. And during our first course, I thought it would be more of content talking and how to do this, when to post that, based off analytics. I come from a data science background, so that was something that I thought would be really relevant to this course, and it wasn't. He gave me a total step back into what LinkedIn was. And one of the first areas that we talked into for his course was identifying our why, what can we give to others, and the importance of personal branding and what do you offer that's different than somebody else's content. Content on LinkedIn can seem very repetitive after a while. And my why was, why am I doing this? I had to even step back and ask myself that. And I think that's so important whenever you put your information out there. What are you trying to teach? Who are you trying to reach? And these questions really made me rethink my niche as to who I want to deliver this content to. Now, in terms of what I can give to others and the importance of personal branding, I also had to take a huge step back. And if it wasn't for this course and the people that we were able to openly have conversations with and talk about our whys and then just kind of bounce ideas off of each other, it would have been really hard for me to be able to. So that's a wrap of what week 1 was. And I want to also showcase the difference between my content and the level of comfortability that I got from being in this course. And you'll see a huge difference from the first post to my last post because it shows myself coming out. I've always loved butterflies. I'm from Costa Rica, so we have blue butterflies everywhere. So I relate this more to being in a cocoon and feeling nervous and probably very similar to what people feel now, just the emotions of posting, the fear, the what if people think that, what if people think this? And it just shows the progress from being in that cocoon to all the way to being in a butterfly and feeling free. And I think that's I actually believe that's what content creation is. So this is just a demonstration, as you can see, of the first post. As you guys know, I do have a YouTube channel that talks about personal branding. So I was able to actually have a one-on-one with Hamad and interview him for my show. Not only did I learn a lot, but there was so much good feedback in terms of people just wanting to do the same thing. And that video really helped them take that first step to do so. So this is, again, the first post. And as you can see here, I have some links up above. We're just going to go week from week from week. Now, the next area was our interview. And this is the first time that Hamad and I had actually sat down and had like a one-on-one conversation. Now, this video is cropped to 23 minutes, but in reality, him and I did end up speaking for well over an hour, just about life and who we are and our goals. And it's just to be able to sit down with a coach and have a one-on-one and really see who they are. I think that's totally unique. Sometimes you're e-learning and there's no problem with that. But when you're able to interact with somebody in this profession and ask questions and whatever really comes to mind, I think that's a beautiful thing. So I will definitely make sure to link this anywhere in the description so you guys can check it out. Just a little bit right here.
You can learn a lot from cultures, from various things that when you travel and you have these experiences also. So that's me. I've written 3 books so far.
Definitely check that out. Hamad offered not only so much great LinkedIn advice, but also personal advice as to who he is. So this was the second week that we had spoken, and our relationship really just developed from there. And the understanding of content creation for myself really started growing. Now hopping into the second week, difference, right? Right off the bat, I'm not using my text anymore. I'm actually more of a graphic person. I love putting designs together, really thinking of what am I feeling in the moment? What season are we in? How can I make this more relatable to people that are watching? So if you're watching right now, this is November, almost December 2021, and I'm located in Texas. So it's fall, it's getting a little chilly. I have my brown hair, I have my glasses that you guys haven't seen yet, but this is just unique to who I was. So not only was I able to put together content related to his course and what we learned, but I was able to showcase myself learning. So when people viewed this content, they could relate to it. So just a little bit of breakdown into what session 2 talked about is being unique. And that's kind of why I started this post as well. Create content that motivates, inspires, and helps others. 3, be clear with keywords. Super important when you're taking his course. It's more about, yes, getting your point across, but you want to make sure whatever point you're trying to make to the audience, it's specific to that audience. And it doesn't have to be like one specific area. It can be broad enough to hit different areas. So maybe you might get ideas off of somebody else. So it doesn't have to be unique to a specific area. Perhaps you're in the oil industry. It doesn't have to just be about oil. It can be about business. So make sure when you're picking these certain topics, whether that's a hashtag or you just relevantly talk, or if you're just talking about something, make sure that you're not just keeping your content to one area so you're able to grow and other people can see it as well. And then number 4 is keep posts at a variety and track the analytics. Again, I come from a data science background, so analytics was really exciting to hear. So definitely make sure that you're maybe tracking monthly. How are you doing? How are your posts doing? I would highly suggest not getting caught up in the analytics. Look more at how your posts are developing over time. Like you just saw a difference between week 1 and week 2. That's huge. For me to be able to go from just text and feeling a little vulnerable and a little scared, and then putting this out there and just kind of showcasing the world like, hey, I love graphics more than text. So make sure you're tracking that. Don't get caught up in the numbers. That stuff will come over time. Okay, so week 3 was packed. I did not expect this much information, but I was so happy because we talked about different things. We talked about posting. We talked about areas to focus on, such as the engagement. We talked about your stories, like what type of information to share. And I learned that when you talk about personal stories, and exactly what I'm telling you as the audience right now is how I went from my personal growth journey as that butterfly. Talking about passions, failures, that's huge, right? We don't want to see that you're perfect all the time. We want to see that you failed. I hope when we talk about failing my certifications for my technical job. And I think that's really important for people to hear. Another area we talked about is tips. Don't make your content too long. Another area we talked about is having an engaging title, making sure that you're pulling the audience in. You don't want to put out something that's, you don't really want to read yourself. So ask yourself whenever you're posting something, would I want to read this? Would this benefit me? And then last but not least is videos, polls, and images. If you want some engagement, you want to start getting yourself out there, what has historically worked over time for that social media platform that you're on. So for the 3rd week, Hamad actually surprised us and challenged us to creating a video. Now, for me, that was really exciting because I thought of all these ideas as a content creator to be able to say, oh, I can add this fun effect in here. But that wasn't the case. Hamad actually challenged us to just solely do the video within LinkedIn. Don't use any external links. And the reason being is because LinkedIn prefers that you keep the content within their platform. Makes sense, right? So what I did was I created a video still with my fun effects and put it directly into LinkedIn. I'll now make sure to link that below because this is an awesome video and I'm super proud of it. But just here's a little bit of background. Our topic for today is going to be creating captivating stories. Now, the first tip that I'm going to say is stay natural, connect with people. Okay, that was like a 20-second clip. Definitely make sure to check that out. I'm very, like I said, proud of it. One thing that I tried to emphasize on was just making it super quick for the audience to be able to read and understand, and they could take that material and kind of run with it the way that they wanted to. We come to week 4, and this was a recap of week 1 to 3. But what was different about this is that Hamad actually talked to us about the 24 features that are within LinkedIn. Did you know it had that many? I didn't. I'm going to make sure that I create a portfolio and give it to Hamad and have it on my website so you guys can see it, get some ideas from it. Some of the areas that we touched on for session 4 was just, again, the features. So making sure that creator mode is on. What is that? That is a little button on somebody's profile that says follow instead of connect with them. So you basically open yourself as a creator. So people can now move forward without solely just follow or solely just connecting with you. Now they can actually follow you. Another area that we talked about was newsletters. That was so exciting because I had already been thinking about creating a newsletter, but to be able to do it within LinkedIn and then maybe link it to my own website to create more traffic from there was really exciting. So these are just some of the areas that we talked on, but I kind of challenged myself from the 3rd week's homework to get, again, creating a more engaging video. So I'm just going to play a few seconds here, but again, it will be in the description to check it out later. So I kind of sped that up so you guys could see it a little bit, but at the end of the video, I did challenge my audience to actually do some of this homework that I have done. And it was fun because I was able to take that information that Hamad had taught us during the course to now be able to challenge other people. Try it yourself. You don't have to find 10 people, find 3. You don't have to find 10 people, just find maybe 5, 3, and go from there. You know, find your own comfort level. I believe this course was about finding comfortability with who you are and who you want to be. So definitely make sure you check this portion out. Hamad, thank you so much for this opportunity. It has given me a lot of self-confidence, something that I think a lot of us need nowadays. And most importantly, for those people that, you know, may call yourselves a content creator or are just interested in actually designing and letting yourself go. And for those that are interested in discovering yourself from an artistic standpoint, this is a perfect way to do so. It's starting to talk about what's important to you. Don't feel like, and this is something I was guilty of, don't feel like nobody out there would benefit from your content, because one person would, and it might really change your life. So I hope for everybody that's watching this, you can see that transformation from a caterpillar all the way to a butterfly. I'm proud of myself, and I know that everybody else in this journey is proud of themselves too. So if you're considering taking a course from a LinkedIn coach, then I say nothing to lose there. Go for it. I hope this helped everybody. Bye.